All right, guys, welcome to Texas Gulf Surfer, episode number 14.
14 it is, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, man. This is a show all about surfing, man. My name is Jeff DiNicola, self-proclaimed Texas surf ambassador. Man, before we get talking, and I'm excited to talk about surfing, let me introduce my co-host, the visionary himself, king of Surfside, Austin Campbell.
Thanks, Jeff.
What's going on, my
Man, so we got a lot of surfing to talk about. I guess there's been good surf, like, not just up and down the coast, but, like, up and down Texas.
Yes, up and down Texas.
Yeah.
This is kind of going to be a cool show because our guest had some problems getting here. Not a problem. It's going to be worth the wait when he comes on.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to talk about just surfing, all kinds of cool stuff, contests that happen, some surf that we got here. Maybe we're going to also start doing some product reviews, which I think is pretty cool. Austin came up with this.
Yeah, we'll talk about some kinds of stuff.
You guys write in about that and see what products you want us to talk about and learn about, and we can just discover that together. First of all, most important thing, what's my surfing week look like?
So it looks like there's definitely going to be some surf. The first couple, it wasn't as good as it was last weekend, right?
Let's talk
so,
about that.
But it's brown and nasty out there right now. But it looks like, today, tomorrow, it looks like it's kind of going to clean up a little bit.
Okay.
There's a little small front coming through. I don't want to call it a cool front, right? Because it's hot.
A little late in the season.
But yeah, so there's going to be some slight offshore winds. And then it looks like, I think on, Wednesday morning, it looks like there's going to be some slight offshore winds. So
I'll take it, but it is going to be hard to replace what went down here on Saturday in Surfside Beach, Texas, and I assume some other places on the coastline. But we had some really good waves. It started to really kind of fill in about Friday evening. I was able to get a session in. Austin's so cool. I wish I could have been there. Saturday, we wake up to really good waves. My kind of waves, personally. You know why? It was easy to get out, lazy man surfing, fun to ride, consistent enough for everybody. The crowd was thick, but everybody cooperated pretty well out there. And I would venture to say, I think initially I was talking about 3.2 swirly tops. That's how good and fun it was. But I think Austin is upgrading.
Man, I'll tell you what, I wasn't. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get out there. I had some, duties at the shop, and then, Saturday evening my daughter's graduation party. So she's graduating high school. So we had a little party. I was cooking some fajitas and stuff. But
good, Papa.
I was at the shop all day Saturday, and man, I had a lot of people come in, and they said it was good. So I can't get too upset when I miss it when the shop's busy. But man, I did hate missing it. But hey, I'm the weekend guy.
Yeah, you got to make a living. Got to keep this place going. Surf Station, man, come give him a visit, man. There was a lot of standout surfers, man.
I saw a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people came in the shop that day.
Oh yeah, it was busy. We saw a lot of people, and it was also that whole weekend was busy because it was like the Jeep weekend.
That's right. We get a lot of spillover, believe it or not.
Yeah.
A lot of Jeep people come to Surfside, even though it's really the epicenter, I believe, is in Galveston, Crystal Beach, if I'm right.
Yeah, they used to have it down there, but it doesn't get quite as crazy here. But the good news is for the Jeep people, is I drive a Toyota Tacoma, so if they get stuck, I can pull them out.
Well, there you go. Toyota power,
we
man.
love you. So anyways,
you're going to start a controversy.
I couldn't miss the opportunity to take that shot. So
anyways,
it was a good weekend though. So the Jeep people actually came down and really like spent money at every single establishment.
Yeah.
And it was real busy everywhere. So we really appreciate everybody coming down and doing all that stuff. But the surf, it was definitely fire, and everybody kept coming in and telling me it was good. So
light wind, really good condition. Then again, way too many standout surfers, boys and girls, to tell you. So it was really a good time for everybody. But I always like to say, man, coming up this week, is it this weekend? Am I right? It's a Memorial Day weekend.
Yep, we have Memorial Day weekend coming up this weekend, so it's going to be really busy out here again. I'll tell you this,
Isn't that the official kickoff of summer?
Yeah, it's pretty much when summer. I mean, that's when school gets out, so that's when the summertime. We get
starts to get happening.
It's tourist season, so and I know that those guys in Corpus and Port A, Padre, Galveston, they all feel the same thing. But it's good. It's good for businesses. It's tough. Sometimes it's tough being a local, but for the most part, it's great fun all summer. So.
It certainly is, and simultaneously as we were enjoying good surf here, and I understand there was surf up and down the coast on Saturday. Simultaneously, what was happening is they were having a TGSA Pro-Am in Waco, and we got a lot of scoop on that we're going to talk about pretty shortly, man. But before we get going, man, this was a really, really cool thing, and I want to thank Jessica, friend of the show from Encino, California. And thank you and welcome.
Yeah, we appreciate you watching all the way in California for sure, man.
Austin got this card, and this is really cool. This is from William Mann, correct?
Yep.
Super good guy, and I'm following the story and becoming a fan. And Austin got this. He's going to kind of tell you some of the highlights. It's really touching for me.
Yeah, William's been watching this, since we started pretty much, and
Nice, man.
He just wanted to. He sent us a letter before, right? He sent us a bunch of pictures. He sent us a picture of boilers and a picture of the pier, and then he sent us this picture of. I'll reach out.
Man, hopefully we can get that on the screen.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's going to see that pretty
It's
good.
just a perfect Matagorda pier.
Yeah, it's a perfect little, A-frame at Matagorda, and so he sent this letter, this card to us, just thanking us for, he said, hey, he wanted to thank Jeff and I for giving him a shout out on the show and showing the pictures on the podcast.
Nice.
He just said, I think a few of my cancer cells must have died off then. So, hey man, if any way we can help, that for sure. And he just said, thanks. He also wanted to say that he wanted to thank us for the interview with Morgan and Brittany, and he really enjoyed that. And then he said, great. His friend Jessica is watching all the way, like you said, from Mendocino, California.
Jessica, how's it going?
What's up? What's up, Jessica? And he sent us this picture of Matagorda. He said, when we get down to Port Aransas and do our show wherever, to give us a call. He gave us his phone number, told us we got to give him a call or shoot him a text. So we're definitely going to do that. And then he said it'd be great if we could get Pat McGee down there too. So
what a legend, man.
Hey Pat, if you're watching out there,
yeah,
William says we got to get down there. And then he just said that his cancer doctor says that he can go surfing next summer.
God bless you, brother, man. Here's what I'm proposing to Austin and also you, William. Beat the heck out of that cancer. And here's the deal, man. When you're ready to go surfing, we will come down there to Port Aransas. I want to be going out with you that first time. I want to surf with you, and we're going to do a podcast from there. We're going to have you on the show. So keep strong, keep fighting, and then when you're ready in a year, will we be there, Austin?
Man, we're going to be there. And, I'm sure he's got some good stories.
Oh, my word.
He already, even just some of the stuff.
Listen, guys, if we don't ever do another right thing on this show, this was right. And
yeah.
That's
yeah, we appreciate you watching for sure, man.
I think for all the hard work and different stuff that we do behind the scenes that people don't know, this makes it really, really worth it to me. Anyway, man, Waco, man, like I say, at the same time this, surfing was going down here, man, Waco, we've just kind of, in the last hour or so, just get all these cool reports, man, from Jacob Burke to Stephon Lewis to your connections there as well. And it was supposedly one of the most competitive and good events in history they're talking about as far as the battles that were going down.
Yeah, I mean, you had talking to Stephon earlier on the phone. He said that it was, he said the vibe was great. It was really one of the best contests. He said there was like food there, everything. He said it was real, well organized. Shout out to everybody who put it, I don't know all the names and who all did it, so I don't want to miss anybody, but just a shout out to whoever was behind it. He said it was a great deal. He said it was probably the best competition he'd ever been to in Waco for sure.
And I hope I get this right. It was Asa and his family had put on literally a gourmet setup there for the competitors and the judges, and it was a really, really good event. And just the fact that it was put on very, very well. What went down in the pool was just incredible from all the reports that we got. They slugged it out. And our local surfer here in Galveston, Gabe Prusmack, correct me if I'm wrong, he won first place in what? In
the Pro-Am division, right? So you got the Pro Amateur, so you got guys from East Coast, West Coast, all over the place. Gabe
Congratulations, Gabe.
Stephon second.
That's correct. And just to pause right there, man, I heard from judges and other people that was just a heavyweight slugfest. Those two went at it, and it was literally splitting hairs. And then they had, I guess it's like a free-for-all. It's just a lightning round where they just get as many waves as they can and high score one. So they were just literally doing waves together, and it was supposedly just magic. And it was just
sounds like a good time, man.
Really good time. And then I think in the air show it was Shane Wiggins, Corpus, I'm a fan. Pablo, super good surfer, and then I think Gabe got third in that. K-Hop, I think got senior men's first place.
Did he get first place?
I believe so.
I saw him with the medal. I saw him, and then
Oh, it was Chris Hopkins.
Chris Hopkins. Okay, and then Joe Weird got. He got like fourth place, I think, in the men's senior. So he's a local Galveston guy. So
yeah. I mean, there was guys to get into the final itself. There was really hot surfers. Zach May, another one I'm a fan of, out of Corpus Christi. Guy surfs well, radical. And
man, we're gonna have to be there next year for sure.
Oh, we're gonna be so live there. We're gonna get the kinks worked out of that.
Oh man, we'll have the tent and everything going, man. Interviews after the heat. So yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. But yeah, that's a good. That's a good competition if you're going to like kind of put yourself and see where you are against the best of the best, on a consistent wave, and that's, it's fun.
Yeah. Another good standout guy too that I saw surfing out not long ago was Nolan in Dietkin, man. Yeah. That guy, that youngster can rip too. And friend of the show, fan of the show, and a guest of the show, Seacrest, Cole Seacrest, right? From Port Aransas, Corpus Christi area.
Yeah, Cole, man. When I was watching him at the contest, I was just thinking he had almost like some power moves to him a little bit for his, even as being as small as he is, like some old school power surfing a little bit.
You know what's so cool about those little kids when you watch them surf? They're so nimble and flexible, and they can do everything almost effortlessly. And then when you see them grow and they start growing into their body, their skeletal system, their muscles grow, then they just turn into these crazy.
Right, they already got the technique.
Power surfing.
The technique's already down, and then they just get the power, so.
Yeah, and then they just grow into their bodies and just become just shroupers, man. I love that.
Yeah, there's some
watching
man,
development.
Those kids coming up are good. So yeah, so the surf was good everywhere. They had the Waco. We're down here. I know we talked to some guys, down south, said there was good surf, and it looked like Galveston. But I think Surfside had some of the cleanest surf.
I think she was the queen of the coast for that weekend. Yeah. Is what I'm thinking. It was really a lot of fun. My kind of surfing, man. I did get a call from Tommy Taylor, and his son Zach is competing in the West Coast Championships, I think, this weekend. We'll get an update on that. And he's a Texas surfer, but they're kind of homed out of there, and we're fans of that kid too, man.
Yeah, man, he's good. He's been surfing since he could walk almost, it seems like.
Yeah, and it's so funny because he surfs up in division, so he'll go out in competition, and he's probably all about, 11, 10, something like that. And he's surfing against Shane Wiggins and Stephon Lewis, Gabe, and the full-grown adults. And, sometimes he gets up in there, too. He gets up in the trophy round, so that's pretty impressive, man. It's Zach Taylor, man.
So what else we got? I think we're looking at having some
kinds of stuff,
pretty good guests coming on pretty soon. We got a pretty good list, right?
Man. What, let's give him a little teaser. Who's coming?
So we got, speaking of Gabe.
Yes.
We got Gabe coming soon.
We sure do.
So we got him coming out. So our,
don't miss that episode, man.
Pro-Am champ here, and then we're working on getting one of my opinion, one of the best women's surfer out there is Molly Ware.
Oh, no doubt. I was talking to.
In fact, on a longboard, men, women, whatever, she's one of the best surfers out there.
No, she totally is, and style for miles.
Yeah,
and I don't know her very well, but I'm going to look forward to getting to know her on the show because she's kind of like this. She's so elegant the way she surfs and kind of like ballet almost artistry. And I'm anxious to.
No, she's a great surfer every time I see. And she's out there. She just catches waves. She's not out there talking.
Yeah, I don't like to surf near her.
She's just catching waves. Yeah,
I just go down a little bit and I get my fair share over there. But I think she's going to be. Cool.
We're gonna, and we're working on, of course, getting KP in here, but he's always back there working. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get KP. We got to get him out of his sanding clothes and get him in here. Maybe we'll get him showered up here one day.
The Glass Master KP, man, he stopped by the other day just driving down the road. I was cooking some food on the deck, and I was yelled out there, "Come on up, man!" I had redfish cooking, vegetables, and this, that, and the other.
Heck yeah!
And he came up there on the patio and hung up with us for a long time. Such a charming guy.
I think he actually got to paddle out.
The girls just loved him.
He's KP's cool, man.
Totally cool. The Glass Master.
And so then, David Cunningham.
He scares me. So smart and so
man, he knows,
full of history.
You don't have
Texas surfing.
You don't have to worry about David because
you can control him.
Well, no, because we don't hunt you. He just is out there hunting everything.
Right.
So Dave's a great shaper. Definitely 100%. Master shaper. He just finished doing that board for Mark Westmoreland. that he took to Nicaragua.
And, there's been some pictures and some videos come out, and that board performed very well I've heard
Very
from
well, man.
Mark Westmore.
Right here, made in Texas. Right here, made in Surfside Beach, Texas. So.
And one of our famous paddle boarders, local guy Grady, man, charging super big waves, man. They posted some pictures.
I heard Grady blew out a leash plug or something.
Oh, no, I'm not surprised, man.
Yeah, that was some big surf, man. Those guys were charging it, man.
And of course Woody, all-time great big wave surfer.
Woody will go out and paddle out in that stuff without a leash on. He's crazy, man.
Yeah, they are.
And Woody is a great surfer.
And Doc was down there with him. But those guys are all in good shape. And
we just repaired Doc's board before he left too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They go. It's weird. They go there specifically to ride the big stuff and to challenge themselves. And they go well prepared, well trained. They're all in shape. They got the right equipment. When I go, I look for the clean stuff, about shoulder to head high. That's my idea of a surf
I'm
trip.
pretty good. If I can get somewhere between shoulder to head, maybe a little overhead high. In fact, I'm not going to complain about a super clean waist high wave.
Myself.
Ever. But
I caught a bunch of those sweet.
But
totally happy.
being a shortboarder and all, being a shortboarder and all, I have to look for some of those bigger surfs.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways,
you're not going to see him surf a shortboard here. He only surfs
oh,
a
man.
day.
I don't think I've been surfing since I got back from Waco, to be honest with you.
Really?
I've been busy doing stuff.
I call you all the time. So
we've been busy. It's it's that time of year, but pretty soon. Those evenings, summertime. What's great about Texas is, we'll be out there surfing. It'll be like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock at night in the summertime, right?
Yes.
And the sun is behind you.
I'm just wondering, is there any word on, is this supposed to be an active tropical storm season? Do we know anything?
They have said that it's supposed to be pretty active, but,
and that's coming up.
Yeah, and, but then where is it going to hit? How, the Gulf Coast is a big area, We'll take a little bit of hurricanes, no floods for Surfside.
Yeah, I love those.
We'll take a couple summers with none of that. So, but yeah, so hopefully we'll.
Dude, we got hit hard at the beginning of last year. It really muffed the whole summer.
We got like 3 of them, right? We got like couple little floods, and then we got the big one, Burl. So yeah, we definitely got hit hard. Everybody had some good surf here and there, but man, it's not good for the. It's not good for the island or anything like that.
Yeah, and for people that follow the show, we never are probably ever going to abandon board construction, because like the guy wants to know about longboards, and we're going to do my board
that's
step by step. And
yeah, Brady Odom was we were talking, or looking at the comments on YouTube, and Brady was saying, hey, could y'all do an episode on Gulf Coast nose riders specifically, and we were like, hey man, that's definitely, once we get into, we can do a quick segment of over the whole construction and what you would do for that specific board.
No, but I like that, because, the one we're going to walk the audience through in making my egg board is going to be one thing, but when you're talking about going from a 7.6 to a 9.6, there's a whole much more canvas for you to be working with.
Yeah, and just different design.
Right, and I think that's going to be fun. So we're going to be on that. And another thing that I think is good, in Austin, is strategically picking certain products, but we're also to do product reviews, but we're also open to people writing in. Please do, and let us know what product you want us to talk about, from sunscreen to leashes to wax to whatever.
If somebody's got something that they think is great, and somebody else, hey, I've been using this, or nobody knows about it, really either leave a comment on one of the episodes or just shoot us a message on Facebook or Instagram. If you just shoot us a message there, we can write it down. Pretty soon, maybe we'll do some live shows too. I think we got something coming. Maybe we'll see how that goes.
We are just another sneaker preview. The Surf Museum people there are wanting us to come in, and I think this is really going to be fun. We're going to try to up the game a little bit. We're going to do the live podcast from the Surf Museum, but we're going to try to turn it into a fundraiser for them, and a surfer social where everyone will come, and we'll have an audience, and we're going to
not just live on online, but live, like studio audience.
Yeah. So there will be no safe area. We can just pull you right on and say, "Hey, come on down. Here you go."
We'll be like Three's Company.
We will be.
That would just made us look old when I said Three's Company.
Yeah, right. But no, I'm looking forward to that, because I think that's going to be a good venue, and we support them. They support us, and I think it's going to be cool. A little bit different than being here. We're going to be there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of our prototype for what we're planning to do in the up and coming year, from contest to La Escuerda and different stuff. And we're very fortunate these people want us to be there. So we must we're probably not too annoying so far.
We appreciate it for sure, but yeah, for sure. So we'll do, definitely talk about some of the different things, different board, all the different kinds of boards, all that good stuff. So it'll be easy. It'll be easy too, because you'll be, getting questions right away from people.
Because I know if I start talking about it, we're going to get so sucked into it, because we're just at the point talking about boxes and fins and all that misto.
Yeah, but we are going to start talking about having different products, and I think, sometimes we'll bring some stuff in that some products that I sell or some brands that I sell. And then sometimes it'll be stuff that maybe I don't sell that I'm going to sell, or stuff that we don't even might have something to do with surfing, but maybe not specifically a surf shop, and that way, hey man, we always like to hear good ideas. If somebody's like, hey, even if you have like a good idea, a little like little hacks they got, different things.
Something you learned, something unique to you that you use that you can pass on, that would be really cool.
Yeah. Sometimes when my future fin is stuck, and you got it unscrewed,
right?
If you pull off your tennis shoe,
right,
you just give it a whack with your tennis shoe, it'll get it out.
There you go. There's a hack. We're all about hacks, man.
Yeah.
That's funny stuff. I mean, here's one thing I'm throwing out there to the audience, man. I'm on a quest to figure out what is the right sunscreen, the best sunscreen. I'm so confused, because here's the problem that I have. I don't like oily, greasy sunscreens, and most of them are across the board what I buy across the counter. So I put it on my face and everything's cool. I never put it on my arms because I don't want it to be on the rail to make it hard for me to push up when I slip. But inevitably, sometime when I'm surfing, I'll go to wipe my eyes and my face. Now I've put the sunscreen back down on the board, which I slip and fall and look like a bigger kook than I already am. So I'm on a quest. Austin knows quite a bit about the sunscreen stuff. I'm just trying to learn about it, man. I want to get sunscreen that's pasty, maybe, or I don't know.
Like the stuff that I sell that's mostly for surfing, as there's raw elements, and then there's Sun Potion. It's a new shout out to Sun Potion. They're made in Texas.
Sun Potion.
Yep. So they're made in Texas. We sell them here. That stuff. It's
now, how does it go on?
It's in a can. Little
is
container.
It like the Sun Bum? The only thing I've come close I do like is that Sun Bum.
It's a similar like to Raw Elements or any of the one that's in a can.
Right.
It's all non nano zinc, which is like everybody's looking for, but it's also real no chemicals or anything like that. The thing is you really want something that's just kind of a block, right? That goes on thick. So this stuff is either clear or tinted.
Okay.
Right.
Now that's for me.
So clear, so you get something that's blocking it, right?
Non-greasy, right? So if I touch my face during the session, I'm not going to put it on my board and slip.
Right. And that's the thing too, is a lot of the stuff that does that is when you get the spray stuff.
I'm looking forward to that, because those are I think a lot of people are, always trying to find the right sunscreen. It's one thing if you're just down there for the day at the beach, any sunscreen's going to work, and we recommend you wearing it. But when surfing, it's a whole different thing. We're indulging in athletic endeavor, and I don't know, I hadn't figured it out yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I would say
maybe I'll bring some out and we'll look at it and we'll see what it feels like, and put it on my face,
Yeah, I think that's the thing is
I got to get that right, man. It's going to be hot summer.
Yeah, I think that you just got to have some stuff that stays on in the water. Some of the higher stuff that you get, some of like the higher SPFs. That's I think the really good sunblock. They say it only goes to a certain level. So
right.
There's some of the stuff that's just for,
and there's a mystery too. 30, 50. What should I have on? You never know. I always think the bigger number, the more protection you get. That's kind of what I've come to understand. As far as that goes. But my program for the summer is going to be a long sleeve rash guard, hat, which you're getting me one, right? Who are we ordering hats from this year?
We got Creatures of Leisure.
Creatures of Leisure. Yep. Awesome. And we're going to have that. I'm going to have the hat, long sleeve rash guard, and then I got to have the right sunscreen, and I'll be ready to surf the.
Yeah, I mean, in the summertime, in the summertime in Surfside, it gets hot. We call them rash guards, but it's really a sun guard, right?
Totally, man.
So and then everybody knows, even on a cloudy day in the summertime, you can still get burned. So
100%,
definitely putting on a lot of sunscreen. And as we get older as surfers, we, more of our friends or us or everybody's getting little spots or here and there. So, for sure, definitely lots of sunscreen. So
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, man, go see a dermatologist. I don't care what age you are.
yeah, for
Sex.
sure. And then,
man, woman, go see a dermatologist.
so yeah,
Very,
if somebody has some sunscreen that they think's the best, now everybody has the
man, I want to
brands,
know
but,
about it.
we'll hit them up. But I think, like I said too, the raw elements, I try to stick to stuff in our shop that's for surfing mainly,
Yeah.
So I aim for stuff that's focused on guys who are in the guys and gals who are in the water, who are exposed to the sun for a long time, and you're going to rub your face or something like that, so you want it to be on there good. So
yeah, that's what I want to lean towards, more of a pasty kind of, not the greasy stuff. Anyway, I'll get that figured out.
Yeah, you want to see it.
That's just one of the many topics that we're going to cover, man. We're going to have products. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. And, man, you can even write in, tell us about what board you like, why you think that's a good board,
Yeah, I mean, especially once we start getting, more questions and comments and stuff like that, we'll try to answer them.
We get some, but it seems like we forget to do it quite a bit, but we need to answer any questions that they have.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, I think as far as, it's coming up Memorial Weekend.
Man, I always think that's like the Indy flag. The races started Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
The tourists are on. The traffic is up.
It's gonna be super busy. So if you are coming down to get any surfs, you better do it early.
Yes, because the bridge backs up in Surfside.
Yeah, it's gonna usually gets backed up. If we have nice weather, man. If anybody's ever, and I'm sure they have the Corpus. I'm sure Corpus Port A. They have like the bridges there, and they have the ferry
anywhere on the
Texas coast. It's going to be crazy. South Padre, but if you're familiar with Surfside, there's the Buc-ee's that's before.
Yes.
You're talking an hour sometimes from there.
It can back up right there. I mean, speaking of South Padre Island, man, I talked to Jacob Burke. He's the TDSA head judge for the Southern District, and he was there at Waco. And man, this guy, just love this guy. He's such an epic dude. He's a surf instructor at Aaron Hartwell, friend of the shows, and a contributor to the show. And he teaches surf lessons. One of his students' dad has a pineapple field in Mexico, and so he gets invited, jumps on a private plane there in South Padre. They fly into Colima on a 2-day. Just love this life, this guy. So
man,
a 2-day strike
I'm
mission.
sold.
Me too. Like, I'm also available. Anyone wants to invite me, A, to Waco, B, on a plane trip, I'm available.
To the pineapple farm. I'm ready
to the
to
pineapple farms. They fly into Colima. They hit Pasquale's, which is, it's a very testy wave, and he said he had a great time. And then they go to La Ticla, and he said he surfed the left, and Jacob said it was just smooth and groomed offshore winds, and then it went dead glass with 10 people out. They surfed their guts out, jumps on a plane, flies back, makes it to Waco to judge in the event. I'm like, good heavens.
Yeah, that sounded like a horrible time there.
This is terrible. I feel bad for the guy, but again, let me just remind everybody I'm available for trips. I'm available to go to Waco with your posse. I'm also available to go on your plane trips with your posse.
We'll bring the podcast right with us right there.
We'll bring you. Take Austin and me.
Podcast is available to be bought for surf trips.
Yes, man. We have it all in one box legitimately over there. We can go on a plane trip too.
And then man, what else? I think, I'm trying to get some Les Freeze to do. I think Les Freeze has offered to do a little video, and so we might have to do some kind of.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. He's
scaring me too.
He's the video master over there, so we're gonna have him. We're definitely have to have him on because he's got great stories, and he had the
100%. Les would be great.
The old Speakeasy Board House where we all used to shape boards. So. But yeah, so we'll have to get something going over there too. He's got some new. If you haven't been on Facebook and seen Les's videos, he's been taking surfing. Man, he's got this camera. He can see.
I saw
and he
it,
did
man.
the video for Trini's paddle out.
He's really got a good eye for photography.
All
the right equipment.
He's always made good videos. He's got some of the old surf videos they did. Early. I guess it'd be like the early 2000s. Or something like that.
Love
we did
that
a bunch of stuff like that. So,
man, it's funny. Just off the wall question. When did the channel stop breaking? What year?
Let's see. They dredged it. It had to be like.
There's some videos I've seen out recently of that.
Man,
place,
was it like 2011?
That's what I'm thinking.
Or 13 or something.
When they dredged it.
I don't know. Somewhere around there. I feel like it's somewhere.
That was such a cool novelty wave. While it lasted.
It was cool. You could ride it. sometimes all the way, and it would just keep going. So
Yeah.
But man, I think we've done pretty good.
What else?
Getting some guests lined up for everybody.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and it's a continuing thing.
And then this weekend is like I said, we got a holiday coming this weekend, so we're gonna see what we got going. We may we may sneak a show in after the holidays.
Yeah, we may do a small show after Memorial Day weekend. We may not, so don't give up on us. We're definitely going to come back strong that following week, and man, we're going to have a powerhouse guest. I don't want to really give the whole thing away.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have
cliffhanger.
We're gonna try to have a couple episodes in a row where we get some good guests on. So
and listen, tell us what guests you guys want on. Man, that would really help us because we kind of have a method to our madness, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. But man, tell us who you would like to see on. There's.
Yeah. I got a secret one I'm working on too, man. We'll see.
Good.
We'll see some of those old school legends we know. So, and then for sure, when we're at the museum, we're gonna have Al Brown there.
Oh, Al Brown, and listen, everybody's going to come out to that because that's going to be not just a podcast; it's going to be a party.
We'll get a history lesson there.
Yeah, we're going to get a history lesson, all kinds of stuff, and very possibly, I don't want to promise this, but Mr. Fertitta, if you're listening, we're going to be expecting you in attendance. Because I think you're a closet surfer. I think you really want to come out and learn to surf with us.
Well, we're buddies.
I know you are.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
We go way back.
That's what I'm saying.
Way back.
You got to call Tillman.
Yeah.
He's your buddy, and he's got to come out, and we'll get a few words with him.
Yeah.
That'll put us in the stratosphere, bro.
All right, man. Well, it's been a pretty good show. I think, looks like we're kind of running out of time. I want to apologize to Matthew McConaughey. We were supposed to
get a break.
We were supposed to have him on, remotely, but we're just running out of time, man.
Oh,
so,
gosh, man.
I guess we'll see y'all next time.
That guy's going to hate us.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace
Love
out,
you guys.
guys.
All right.